Welcome back to Wrestling with Ski. After sitting here for over a minute and a half, I'm surprised it actually worked on the first click. But today, obviously, we're talking about War Games. Yeah, 2.0 Fallout. Uh, I don't know. I mean, there was a lot of like actual like good stuff. There was some dumb stuff. I mean, there's always going to be some dumb stuff. I mean, just with what they have going on there, there's some people I wonder what they did to like piss everyone off for them to be doing what they're doing to them. I mean, overall, I mean, and we finally figured out who the shaman was. So, I mean, it wasn't like an old vet kind of like, I mean, technically he is, but yeah, overall wasn't that bad. I mean, started out with another steel cage match. Just amazing, huh? Both shows started out with a steel cage match in both Raw and 2.0. So that's kind of amazing. Uh, I'll say the one on Raw I thought was better. No offense to Von Wagner or Kyle O'Reilly, but I thought that one was better. Uh, Kyle attacked Von on the way to the ring. Yeah, I'd say it was a pretty good match. I mean, there's a lot of the times where I felt Kyle was carrying it with all of his experience and all that. Just me saying that you could have saw it the other way. It was still a good match. They put together a really good one for the time that they were allotted to do it. I think there could have been more time, but who the hell am I to argue any of that? They're the ones making the TV show, not me. So for the time they had, it wasn't that bad. And Von Wagner gets the victory on Kyle after hitting him with a low blow, bouncing him off the cage, hitting his finisher, and it's done. And then he still, he attacked Kyle after the match. And it was amazing how after he won, the amount of boos and then the attack after the match, the extra, how the boos got even louder. And there are some "you still suck" chants, which was really nice. So I don't know what they're gonna do with it. I don't know if that's it for Kyle, because I mean you heard the chants War Games, and we saw the hands, symbols, we saw the UE symbol and all that. So it's one of those odd feelings that it's got to be bye form now if they're going to carry this on to let him finish it out and have another match or whatever's left to be seen. But I'm not feeling this his way out the door. And my biggest takeaway is how bad of a sign is all these people, that they're trying to push. I mean, are they just 2.0 people? Are they just going to have like a giant roster of just heels? Is everyone's getting booed out of the building? Like all the new people, at least. I mean, really, I mean, he got booed out the building. We heard what happened after Team 2.0 won at War Games. I mean, what the hell are they gonna like? What have they done themselves? Like they hate pretty much everyone, whether they're trying to make them a heel, a face, anything. Like they all kind of seem to hate all of them. So I'm kind of intrigued to see where they're gonna go with all that. And then switch to Joe Gacy. We all know where I stand with Joe Gacy. He hurts my brain, but so they accomplished his mission of inclusivity by competing for the title and having the weight thing dropped. Working on changing the name of a show, which I'm guessing is 205 Live. It's the only thing, if they're getting rid of the cruiserweight division, I mean, it makes sense. But then he loves and accepts Harlan. Harlan will be making his in-ring debut next week. So I'm sure they're just going to feed him some, another human being, who are going to go, who the hell is that guy? I'm sure what it's going to be is going to roll through them because that's what they do. And if they did something different, I'd actually be surprised about that. But yeah, still don't get it. Braun Breaker doing his normal shtick on the mic, did say he had respect for him, all that, the normal stuff. We've heard him do it before, like after he lost to Ciampa the title the first time. And, gets interrupted by, Bivens and Diamond Mine and all that. Challenges Breaker to a match with Roddy now that, cruiserweight weight limit has been tossed out the window. Breaker accepts, see where they go with it. Are they going to give him beat Roddy, then get Roddy for the title after and then change it to something else, and that's how Roddy goes away and Breaker can build some experience having that title and working with people? I mean, they could do that. That actually be a really good idea. I mean, that could be one way to do it, just to get them more experience in doing all that until it's time. If they do something like that, we'll see what they do with it. I have zero faith in them doing anything that would make sense and could, I don't know, benefit the whole thing, or hell, I don't know. However the hell you want to put it. I say I've lost a lot of faith in them to have the ability to do that, but you never know. They could surprise us. And then again, like I just said, that could be a clicker worth moment. If I could find the damn thing, it's probably, oh, there it is. You know, it'd be great if they did it that way. Cause again, that would get them a title, get them experience, get them to work with, people. You can have, defending the thing every week just to keep getting more matches and more experience and all that. I'll see what they do with it. I don't know. Again, it's not that I don't like Breakker. Just, you know, just don't throw him as the main guy, right away. And I don't, because he can talk. I don't like the whole yelling thing. We know his lineage, but you still got to, get him more experience, and especially more experience there. Not just dump everyone that was there for a while that had experience. Then I think they need to keep some around, but it's just me. We'll see. Briggs and Jensen, who I still don't get. It's like Bart and Billy Gunn. It's like that thing, except if they're just, rednecks and not cowboys. So it's kind of like, Trevor Murdoch. But I like Trevor more. I had more charisma and brought more to the table. So, I mean, but Gristle Young veterans on commentary. The Gristle Young veterans still, they're tag ropes, so they can't tag in. Doesn't matter. Briggs and Jensen still get the win. I'm surprised they had the Creed brother lose, how much they're pushing them. But I like the Gristle Young veterans. I hope this leads to actual being champions, because I think they're super talented. I hate a lot of this dumb stuff they're having them do, but we'll see what happens there. Again, Von Wagner talked after that. Yeah, saying that War Games is over, Kyle is over, but his War Games has just begun. Whatever, dude. We'll see what they do, if they actually feed him to anyone good, or if he just goes and rolls through a bunch of people that we have no idea who they are. That's yet to be seen. They're really good at doing stuff like that, but it doesn't mean that they're going to do stuff like that. It's one of those. We know where they normally go, but they could prove us all wrong. They already had him on SmackDown, doing Adam Pearce's, bodyguard or security, whatever the hell you want to call him, for just that one moment. So, I mean, they've already had him up there, which means they already have very high hopes if they put him up there in any fashion to be on that TV. So, we'll see. Again, want to know who Duke Hudson pissed off from all the hype he had for in that tournament, for the breakout tournament. From there to bald headed, wearing, the whole hairpiece with the wrestling headgear on, like Kurt Angle did all the way back then. Why they keep continuously redoing the same thing to hide it all the time. The internet lies, whatever. At least we get to see him and Grimes in a whole bar match. I'm sure we'll see him bald then. It's just the same thing over and over again. This is what really kills me again, just like Bart and Billy Gunn or Trevor Murdoch. Cowboys, the rednecks. So they took, Caden Murdoch was a redneck and a cowboy. Boom. This time it's just two of them. It's really just the same thing, just slightly twisted. And no matter what you want to say, I'll argue, argue with me. I'll argue back. It really is the same thing over and over again. I don't like it. It's I don't like this. I know y'all don't, probably don't like it, but I'm not saying they're not talented. It's just, I don't get it. I don't feel it. The crowd doesn't seem to feel it, so, we'll see how they do with it. I mean, I just don't, it's just so much weird between them. And again, the Duke Hudson's, how they built him up to this. There's so much weird. They have GYV doing all this shaman stuff for a couple weeks, which I'm sure they did it all in 9 seconds. But they needed time off too. But I don't know. We'll see what they do though. I just don't get how he went from that to that. Just and super character driven stuff, which is why I just went on that tiny little sidebar rant there. But I don't know. Grayson Waller and LA Knight segment. I mean, Hannah looked up, and don't worry, she was dumping all over the acting ability in that whole entire segment. And I'm not feeling Grayson Waller. Like, no offense to him, like in that elbow drop. We all know how I felt about that elbow drop off the cage. Like, it was like just odd looking and weird. Like, I don't get it. I don't like it. I don't think a lot of people get it or like it. I don't think I'm in the minority with that one. Like, I don't think that a lot of people get it. But, and then after what he did at the end of the show, I mean, we'll see whether they're going to build him to something. I don't know, but we'll get into that later. Dexter Lumis coming back and defeating Carmelo Hayes, Trick, Williams by DQ. And, they had the normal, like, I did like how they had, Mello with his, ribs taped up and Lumis bouncing him off the mat by that. And then, of course, they're doing the attack on his hand. After coming back from that, him staring down Trick, got him attacked a bunch of times. And then, he's getting ready to put Mello to sleep. He got slapped by Trick, and that's what caused the DQ. So we all know that's not over. Granted, how is he going to end it after that? With the whole Dexter Mello story. I mean, the way they're future endeavoring people, I hope not. But I will say that I do like, Carmelo's, stuff. I hate Trick. And that's his whole entire, point. It's supposed to be, I don't know. There's something weird about him, but I like what Carmelo could do in the ring, and he could talk, So I'm not taking that away from him or, some of the other guys in 2.0, but that's just not my cup of tea with, Trick Williams. He just hurts my damn head. And Ben and Dexter, guys, it's the first time I saw him going, that is the most unique thing they had going in NXT. So, I went for that. And that's exactly why, too, because it was just unique. Now we'll see how they do it going forward, whether he gets a title shot, anyone gets future endeavored. I don't know, but I mean, it's still a good match between the two of them. And they found a way to extend it another week, which is always good because, again, Dexter can have good matches, Trick can, hurt people's head, and Mello can have good matches. So it should be good. And we'll see where they go with it. Hopefully it involves Lumis winning something. I think he deserves it. MSK finds the shaman, and of course it's Riddle. Like that one, there you go. I'm guessing all kinds of people. I just didn't think that, Vince would have Riddle go down there to be in that role. He mentioned the Broserweights with him and Pete Dunne win the, Dusty Cup, which was great. I mean, I remember like why the hell they had tag team, but it was good together. It made sense. And then Pete got stuck overseas and, whatever it was, but that was cool. Says he's not leaving them though. And that'll be there every step of the way. So we'll see how it actually happens if they have, Riddle flying back to Tampa for that every week when they do stuff or how it's going to go. But they wanted to fill that role. I'll give it to Riddle. That makes sense. Toxic Attraction, Mandy talking the usual game. And then JC and Gigi defeat Ulyssa Leon and Valentina Feroz. Don't worry, Feroz? I don't know. I probably butchered that. But I will say at the beginning of it, though, Hannah looked up and said, damn those cheeks. Like, she even has nice hips and thighs. So, see, it isn't just weirdos noticing. I mean, she like, damn. Like, is an impressed kind of way. Like, the legs are solid. But I will say that Ulyssa Leon and Valentina, like, they were actually kind of impressive in them. I found that to be an actual really good match. Like, they could move, they could do stuff. It wasn't like the quick, I mean, it wasn't the longest match in the world, but they actually did get a lot of stuff in there. And it was kind of impressive to me. I'm sure there's people out there that don't agree with that, but I thought that was actually really good and a great match between all of them. If they really actually honestly did impress me at their ability. I mean, will we see them again anytime soon? Who knows? But I thought it was a good match for what it was. Normally you're looking at it going two people you really haven't heard of, and you're like, oh, we know how this is going to go. Like, it was good to see them actually get a match out of it, no matter how long it was. So that was cool. And Mandy does her normal on the mic again, except Cora Jade with her arm in a sling comes out and answers it about winning the women's war game. And Gigi, yada yada yada. And then Raquel came out with the chair to even it out, and everyone scattered. And really the big takeaway, and then we saw Cora and Raquel backstage, her talking about what if she was champion. I don't think Cora's gonna be. I don't think Mandy and Raquel's over yet. they've been putting a lot more makeup on Raquel lately, I must say. But I think now her and Mandy aren't done yet, and I think then they're going to move her up to the roster, the main roster. Like, what else is there for her to do after, she was champion for a while. She lost the title. She did War Games. I mean, I'm pretty sure one more title shot, and then she's out the door again is the thing that makes the most sense just for how they're doing everything. I could be way wrong, but I think that's, at least it sounds like them, what they would do in this situation. So see what they do there. Tiffany Stratton, she just needs to hurry up and they need to debut her because I'm tired of the vignettes. At least this time she said she was going for the title and it was more than just shopping and all that. So that was good. It was good to finally get more than just the usual shopping, tennis, like all that. But just Jesus, for the love of God, do it already. Tony D'Angelo hurting my head. Pete Dunne's mouthpiece saying gets interrupted by Andre Chase. We get a match next week, whatever. Both of them hurt my damn head. And Chase getting cut off, before he could finish his words, to then go back to ringside. That made me smile. When Tony D'Angelo, having Pete Dunne's mouthpiece, in the box there, I mean, that sets up for that to go for a while. I want to know what they're going to do with it, because we'll know exactly what Tony D'Angelo can do if he gets in the ring with Pete Dunne, because if it sucks, it's not going to be on Pete. So, again, that's why I said, these guys being around, the Dunns, the Garganos, Ciampas, like those, having a bunch of those guys stick around is really like in their benefit. Just because of who they can work with. Like, there's this guy, Tony D'Angelo, you're trying to get over. Still lots of booze, like all of them. But Pete Dunne, like, you'll really know, and he'll get a lot of good experience in a very short amount of time with Pete Dunne. So that could end up really good. And I actually really do look forward to see what they're going to do with it. And again, it's not, Tony D'Angelo's wrestling ability or anything, which it's not the greatest thing you've ever seen, but it's not bad. It's just the really, really cheesy, like Goodfellas, Sopranos, like all, knockoff, or maybe The Last Godfather with, I watched with Dave one night. That was a weird movie, by the way. That was really, really weird, movie, but had nothing to do with The Godfather or any of that. Like, it was just the weirdest damn thing you'll ever see. But with Young Goo, and he created like the Big Mac and all kinds of others, like, I just don't like it, and people don't seem to like it. But him and Pete Dunne, Pete could do good work for him, so I'm excited for that. Santos Escobar with Legado and all of them. Defeated Zion Quinn. Only takeaways from the match was Quinn did look good, but when they came back from commercial in that last little bit there, you could clearly see when he was, driving shoulders into Santos in the corner, that his shoulder wasn't even making like contact with him, and the camera was right there, so it made it just look like garbage. All the striking and stuff at the beginning, like all that looked really good, but when they were there, like, what was the point of even doing it if you're not even actually gonna like? Two of them did not pull that off. Let's just leave it at that. And Lopez putting the brass knuckles on Quinn's hand while he was laying there. One of them is Legado jumping up, telling the referee about it. He gets, him. Escobar gets the win. Again, I like, Zion Quinn. With that happening, I don't think this is over. I don't want it to be over because, again, until like that last little bit, like, there was lots of good, but again, those shoulders sucked. And that pretty much ruined everything for me because you could see clear as day that he missed him by like a year and a half. Like, I mean, congratulations, you're going and driving your shoulder, but you're literally like touching him like that much. Just isn't a good look. They could have worked together and, made it look, better. They could have done better together there. We had Bivens and the Diamond Mine outside, and then Carmelo and Trick. All I have to take from that whole thing outside is the cameraman should be fired for just that thing was just moving all over God's creation since I got hit that day. The great thing of another traumatic brain injury is, if I move my head too much, that's why you don't see me really, do more than little movements like that. If you're watching the videos, like I'm not, all over the place, but, watching it jiggle and stuff like that. I don't know. Since that last one, directional vertigo, and it just comes and goes, but you're moving my head all like that does not help. So fire that cameraman or kick him in the jewels. I don't know, do something, because that sucked. And then it led us to Johnny Gargano. It's good to see Candice and the dog. Glad, came out to that song. Johnny wrestling chants, like everyone was really into it. And it was a great speech. Before he could get through it. And literally, I mean, I feel a lot of things he did, self-confidence, I'll always have issues about, self-worth, self-image, all that. And again, a lot of people that I knew when they saw I was doing a podcast, like, like you? Because public speaking and really talking was never really my thing, but this, makes some reason I can do it here naturally. So, it's good to hear the speech. And I'll say, like, you saw the chair shot coming, though, because the lady on the far left of the screen in the crowd, like, you could see her yelling and pointing, like you saw it, she saw it coming and we knew it was going to come. But having Grayson Waller attack him with the chair, put it around his neck, slam him into the chairs, powerbomb through the table, like all that, like people already did not like the character at all. And granted, they're booing him out of the building, so now they have this to do it. But like, I just don't think it's going to help him at all. I really don't. I mean, every time Hannah sees him, granted, like normally NXT and all that, normally we're over with her family, or last time we were at a Breaking Benjamin concert, which their acoustic set is amazing. So if it comes near you, go, because they were getting in. It was almost a 2-hour set. And their guitarist, like, is the one that opens up for them and plays an acoustic set, which was great too. So that was really, really, like, you should check that out. But anyway, I normally watch it Wednesday mornings when she's at work. And this time, just because, we were out late, and then for some reason, like, it was just raining and muggy and just the most miserable day we've had in weeks. And I just could not get out of bed. My hip didn't want to function, like nothing. And I got up so late that she happened to catch it. And again, hers, like, she was just dumping all over the rest, like they're acting. Like, she even looks at me and goes, yeah, that sucks. And again, as we know, she's not, like, if you watched or listened to that episode, she hasn't, she's not up with all this wrestling. Like, she remembers, the end of the attitude in the beginning of, ruthless aggression. She remembers, like, some of those guys. There's never a big thing. And she just started watching it now. And you heard, like, she knew some names and everything from back there, but she's just watching it as a person. And yeah, that acting sucks. Like, I don't think they could have had someone else do it. Because we already, like, don't like him, just not, let alone character. It's just bad acting, bad everything. Ugly ass. I don't care what you want to say about it. Elbow off the top of the cage and war grips, like all that. Like, it just, I just don't think that he was the right guy to do it, because people already don't like him for all the wrong reasons. It's not like because they kept over pushing Roman, and even The Rock was getting booed out of the building that Rumble night in Philly when he came out. It was one of the, like, it's not like that, because he keeps getting pushed forever and ever and ever when he, like, it's bad. So I'm not sure he's the right guy, and I don't think it'll do him any favors. There were rumors HBK and others came out and, they did the hug out thing with Gargano. No one knows, his status or anything, but I will say that we have seen people get mauled on their way out, like Matt Hardy his last night in their last run before he went away. The Dudleys, their last night, I'm pretty sure, was on Raw, and they got put through tables on their way out. So it'd be people getting attacked on their way out. It does happen, but I really, honestly, just because you got to think of it, like, Ring of Honor's gone. Where would he go in AEW? Like, they already have so many people, so many groups, so many everything. Like, would he be used properly? And they have the house there. I really, honestly, just hoping and think that he's getting, if they gave him they're proud of him, and, they'll be there when he's ready to come back kind of moment in the ring. If that, did happen, which I'm sure it did. And that, he's just going to take time off, because he said, he's going to be coming down in February. So, I mean, just taking time off to get ready for that, so he could be there for the birth, and, come back, a couple months after it, whether it's to get back at Grayson Waller, to do part-time stuff. You don't have to be full-time, but go in there and, do feuds with young guys that need it. And I think he could be really, really good at that. So I hope that he does that. Again, like, Ring of Honor's gone. I mean, there's, like, just to be there and with all the new guys and the characters and the new variant coming, like all that, I don't see them traveling, anytime soon. Which means he wouldn't, like, he could be right there all the time with her and the kid. And if he went to AEW, he'd be traveling. Like, there's all that. I just, so I really do think he's going to be back at some point. I think this is just a setup to get him off the, to get him out of there for a while so he can go, become a dad and all that. So we can all keep hoping. But the hell of a speech. It was good. I just wish that would have, could have done it for someone, besides Grayson Waller, because Hannah hates him. Like, every time she's like, ugh. So that should tell you enough. It's not a wrestling fan. Like, when she's looking at it going, yeah, that sucks. And it really sucks because, we watch this stuff all the time. So, yeah, only time will tell. But I honestly do think that's what they're doing with it. Maybe, him attacking him will lead to, like, Ciampa coming out to Johnny's defense or something, set up that. Because I think they need to stick around longer, those guys. But that's, again, just me. But well, that being said, tonight, Dynamite. So don't forget to check that out. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and repeat on all videos, especially, this one. And no matter what you're listening on, reviewing, you can share it to other socials of yours just to get, a chance of more eyes and ears on this. Don't forget to, again, because comment away. All those things help me the most. Subscribe on all the channels that we're on. That helps too. Do all of it. That's all I can ask for. Let me know what you think and just share it out as much as you can, especially as the algorithm on Facebook really doesn't like me. So screw them. And make sure, again, if you're a Breaking Benjamin fan or just a music fan and they're getting anywhere near you on this acoustic tour, go see them. Because that was an amazing, like hour 45 of them playing. And I wasn't the happiest that they came out and did one encore song, and it was Rain. Their song Rain, Rain, Go Away, Come Again Another Day. Yeah. Because we've had a lot of weeks without a just complete miserable, cold, rainy, just you can't do anything days. Then we've had a little sprinkle here and there, to keep everything moist, but it wasn't a bad rain. And then they sang that as their encore song, and today it rained all day. So kind of unhappy about that. But a hell of a show. Make sure you see that. But so there's my public service announcement. But enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy Dynamite. Again, follow along on all the socials, share it out because it helps all of us. If you think, you enjoy it, tell people about it that watch wrestling. Get more eyes and ears on everything. It helps everyone out. Comment. Let me know what you think. And I'll be back tomorrow to talk about Dynamite. So until then, peace.